577 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque from a hand-built twin-turbo 4-liter V8.
So this is a 2020 G63.
That's right.
And this is the fastest G-Wagon we've driven, right?
Plus $20,000. Go to amaze.com/straightpipes to enter.
It's fast. This is the fastest G-Wagon.
This is ridiculous.
It is all-wheel drive, obviously.
Yes, I would love to test this off-road, maybe one day.
We really can't afford to do this without Mercedes. We reviewed a newer G5 version
Of the G-Wagon.
So being behind the wheel of
The interior itself, yes, this is so high up. Also lime green. I mean, I love that.
this one and like finding a parking spot.
And so this does have a 9-speed auto, and I find that it shifts relatively slowly, so I'm just gonna sit there.
And all those launch control videos on the internet, lies.
So this is all other G-Wagons, locking differentials.
I feel like that 4x4 squared is way too much for most people.
100% it is.
And even this AMG G63, it's like very controllable. It's not too much power.
No, but it's just crazy how it like pounds off the line. Like even second gear, you still get like a rise in the nose. It's crazy.
But if you keep it in comfort, like
Second gear typically straightforward. I'm gonna keep it in Sport Plus. With the stiffest suspension as well. Definitely, you can still get the back end like out just a little bit in Sport Plus mode, but not much, and I wouldn't advise
this is
that.
very sporty.
It is, but it still body rolls a lot because it's still pretty high up and it still is an SUV at the end of the day. But in the softest mode, in comfort mode, it's actually so nice to drive.
But you know what's not nice about driving this?
What's that?
We don't have the full lane keep option
No, we don't.
that the rest of the Mercedes lineup has.
But back to that suspension. So comfort mode is so soft, and we do have 2 modes of suspension. So I would highly recommend driving this in Sport Plus, but with the softest suspension and the loudest exhaust mode.
I mean, I'm just fine with the normal mode. I don't need I never use the customized mode.
Yeah, I love customs. And I find the steering to be really stiff in every mode. Like everything on this truck takes effort.
Yeah, like we haven't reviewed a military one.
No, we haven't.
A classic one.
A 6x6?
A 6x6.
And also Doug Cat. I mean, it's definitely old school. Everything about it is old school, except this really nice interior now.
So should we switch drivers and then talk about the interior? And with one traction off, it does slip a bit.
It's pretty crazy.
I wish the 4x4 square had this power.
Which is why the 6x6 is only available as
They all kind of look like G-Wagons. So this is the newer style. So we have the new cool circle headlights.
Yeah, I love those. And then we also have the Panamerica grille.
Yeah, it looks the best on every single Mercedes.
Exactly, and that's what I said when we reviewed the regular one. I just love how this looks.
Then below that, we've got a different AMG style grille compared to the G550. It's kind of got more intakes and a bit different. But we do not have the metal push bar or bush bar options for the AMG G63 on this one.
Well, that's the best part about buying a G63 is you have so many options.
AMG calipers and we're going to have it open. You need to click the button on the key fob every time.
It's definitely first world problems, but it's also a problem. I think they want to keep that little old school thing going.
I would prefer they got rid of that. That's like the
soft close, but it's still loud.
That would be that's what I'm saying. Remember, it was just a panel that moved away. There was no glass.
You have a spare tire because this is a regular G-Wagon, not a 4x4 square.
I do like the way it looks with the spare tire, but I understand why it's at the bottom, not at the top. I can double check. And the best design feature of the whole G63, the exhaust.
Yeah, they're actually off. These are round. And that is traditional in every G-Wagon. We do have the turn signals.
Interior.
Okay.
Save weight, right? You have anything, it's all black on black.
Yeah, but like we said earlier,
red interior on the one on amaze.com.
But this does have a G manufactured optional interior, so that's pretty fancy.
Are you upset about all the piano black in here?
No.
Yeah, there isn't a touchscreen, but it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
Yeah, and then we have several different gauge modes. Everything looks pretty cool.
We've got interior lighting, which is very nice. We've got all the If we're going to drive our friends around here, we should probably see how much room there is in the back seats.
There's not that much room. And turn down the bolsters, which by the way you can do in the infotainment. It starts at $195,900
Canadian.
And this one is spec'd out to $217,850.
That's how much these things cost?
That's how much these things cost.
So it'd probably be pretty nice to win one.
It probably would.
Okay, would you take an AMG G63 over any of the other SUVs we've driven this year? Like, would you take us over a Trackhawk or an F-Pace?
I'd probably take a Trackhawk over this. I just love it. And then there's also the Range Rover Sport SVR, which we drove like 2 years ago.
Also, if you're trying to impress people, what would everyone be most impressed with?